This is one of the strongest announcements I've ever seen in the history of ARPGs.
This is insane.
Holy crap, this is gonna be incredible.
This is old school RuneScape.
You gotta play it.
I'm excited.
This is perfect.
Diablo 4 is cooked.
See, this is what Diablo 4 should have been.
Like, Diablo 4 is bad, Diablo 4 is dead.
I'm gonna quit Diablo 4.
That this beta has more depth to it than Diablo 4 does after the expansion. Like, this is fucking insane.
Welcome back, you freaking traitors. You probably clicked on this video to hear about Path of Exile 2, and that absolutely disgusts me. Anyway, in this video, I'll be going over all the major issues with Path of Exile 2, followed by a recent tweet by the Diablo 4 Giga Chad himself, Rod Diablo-Like Ferguson, as well as many other well-known Diablo 4 superfans' thoughts and plans in regards to Path of Exile 2. Alright, let's jump in and get to the major problems with this game.
Unfortunately, Path of Exile 2 will not be available on Mac OS at the start of early access, but we're keen to have this platform. Okay, so Mac gamers once again are taking an L.
Well, that sums up all the major problems with POE2. Sucks to be you, Mac gamers. Anyway, on to bigger news. Let's recap the tweet heard by literally billions of people around the world.
Look at Rod Ferguson's tweet. Is this the Diablo-like thing? Is this that bullshit about that? Let me see if I can find it. Where's Rod Ferguson? There it is. Let me double check.
So, a couple of days ago, when the POE2 stream ended, literally, X is blowing up, people are posting like crazy, holy crap, this is gonna be incredible. Rod Ferguson,
the general manager of all of Diablo, decided to go on Twitter and absolutely cook himself with this unhinged take.
Oh my goodness. Hogs got the video. Path of Exile 2 reveal was so epic it steamed Rod Ferguson. All right, what is it?
The genre of ARPG is starting to mean a lot of different things. Much like Souls-like and roguelike, okay. I wonder if we could normalize Diablo-like for ARPGs that follow the Diablo formula.
I absolutely cannot believe that this is real. Out of all the badass stuff that was showcased, after all the in-game, after all the Atlas rework, dual skill trees, and weapons that you can dual wield in one hand, all the 6 classes, and all this badass shit that they showed us yesterday at the Path of Exile 2 early access live stream, this right here was my favorite. That shit triggered Rod Ferguson so bad that he had to go make a tweet.
Rod Ferguson is scared. He is threatened, though he's lashing out. Grinding Gear Games has made something tremendous with Path of Exile 2. It has Blizzard shivering, and the game isn't even out yet.
No wonder Rod was making tweets. No, this isn't an ARPG, it's just like Diablo. Like, yeah, sure, Rod. Getting mad.
Bruh, you ain't even followed the Diablo-like. You ain't even got a goddamn Diablo in your game. So just please go sit down and get out of here.
Now, maybe he's scared, maybe he's a little nervous, but the last thing you want to do is come across as petty. And that's how this looks.
I think it's very unprofessional. If I was the VP of a game company, I wouldn't be throwing shade. That's a very passive-aggressive way to throw shade at GGG indirectly.
But this is such bad form. It is absolutely terrible. Like, the timing on it, everything about it just looks really, really bad. It comes across as jealous.
Well, hold up. You guys are the ones sounding jealous. Do you even know how freaking cool the term Diablo-like sounds? Look, I can completely see what Rod is talking about here, and the term Diablo-like is already spreading like wildfire. For example, when a game you are super hyped for launches and it's completely not what you expected, that's Diablo-like. When a company removes a key feature, like a charger for a phone, then sells that key feature back to you later on, that's Diablo-like. When a game has a skill tree system with no meaningful options, that's Diablo-like. When you are at a self-checkout, but you are asked to tip for doing the job the company you are tipping should be doing, well, that's Diablo-like. And lastly, when a game you took off for work for has a massive delay on launch that lasts for hours or even days, yeah, you guessed it right, that's Diablo-like. So you should probably give Rod a little slack here. He knows what he is doing and is completely not jealous at all about POE2. In fact, POE2 should be thanking Diablo, not the other way around, right?
The thing is that, and Grinding Gear Games would be the first people to say this, that they owe a lot to Diablo 3. Because Diablo 3 being dog shit on release, dude, when the PoE closed beta came out, every single person in the general chat was talking about how shitty Diablo 3 was. And you know what's so fucking funny? Is when this game comes out, every single person in the general chat is going to be talking about how shitty Diablo 4 is.
Okay, let's check in on some real loyal Diablo 4 superfans, who I am sure are going to stick with D4 instead of this Diablo-like POE2.
Hey folks, this is Riker, and this week saw the most hype live stream the ARPG world has ever seen, the announcement of Diablo 4 season of The Witch Doctor, basically. No, obviously it was Path of Exile too.
I'm a starving man. I'm starving for Path of Exile 2 content, so I'm going to rewatch the same live stream for 15 days in a row until this game's out, okay?
In my opinion, this is one of the strongest announcements I've ever seen in the history of ARPGs.
I think I can kind of get away with less time spent from now on in Diablo 4 and more time invested into POE2. I'm going to be blasting this game at the very least until Season 7 launches, and then probably go right back into POE2.
Holy shit. Okay, alright, Rob, please tell me you didn't drink the Kool-Aid too.
I'm really excited to jump into PoE come December 6th.
Okay, I give up. Let's at least try and figure out why this is happening.
Something that happens almost every time a new action RPG launches is people saying there isn't enough in-game content.
Nah, that's never happened. I've personally, I've never seen that happen in an ARPG. I don't know what he's talking about.
It's not complicated and it's not intimidating at all, which is why Diablo 4 sold so well. Almost no barrier to entry. They're great for casual players. The problem is it lacks an endgame almost entirely.
I'm really excited to jump into PoE. The biggest reason for me by far is probably the crazy endgame that they have. This focus on the endgame is just absolutely crazy and fresh and new to me, because coming from...
Did he just say the focus on in-game is crazy and fresh and new to me? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, before. After a certain amount of time, there is not that much to do in...
I'm sorry, I have to laugh.
There truly is nothing to do.
Holy shit, dude. Dude, back to back, saying the same thing. I love how the reaction is the same from literally everyone.
Well, I guess that's not literally true, but there aren't really any great rewards for doing that. I don't have any super awesome mounts. I don't have any titles. My character isn't glowing. I can't link you an item that is so rare and so godly that you wouldn't be able to find it yourself from all the hours that I put into it. The rewards are just not there.
Man, it gets worse. Nothing to do, no reason to do the things there are to do, and no rewards for doing them.
Okay guys, I think it's inevitable. I also need to try this game out, and for exactly the reason you may think, to bring to light why POE2 is a vastly inferior game to the masterpiece we call Diablo 4. But for real guys, I will be making a lot more videos on POE2, and you probably should be trying this game out yourself. It looks awesome. Please subscribe.
Diablo 4, oh yeah, I swear I love it more than I can bear, but in the shadows I confess, Path of Exile is my true unrest.
Can you guys imagine the Frostylaroo video we're going to be getting about all the Diablo 4 players like watching Path of Exile? I can see the title of the video already.